Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Emerald with only one Torkoal was slow and brutal. Let's follow that up with a creative one. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Platinum without learning any new moves? When I say no new moves, I mean that we can't use any moves in battle except for the starting ones of whatever Pokemon we're using. If Budew only starts with Absorb, even if we brought it all the way to level 100, that means we get to use all kinds of Pokemon that we'd never normally catch. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm confident that I can win, but that I'll have to do a ton of research. Let's explain the rules. I'm not allowed to use any moves in battle that my Pokemon didn't already have when I caught them. If it has empty move slots, then I can't stop it from learning moves as it levels up, but we won't be allowed to use any of those new moves in battle. I can learn HMs to use outside of combat, but I can't use them in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. No need for the Universal Pokemon Randomizer this time, so let's just jump right in. For the starter, I go with Tortwig, although none of them start with type coverage, so I doubt we're going to use any of them for very long. Let's go get some Pokemon. First, I hunt down a Budew. It's only got Absorb and Growth, but I think it'll actually be enough for the Rock Gym with a little bit of leveling. I doubt we'll use him much long after that since Absorb is so weak, but at least we're not stuck tackling the first gym with... well, Tackle. Speaking of, Tackle was all we needed to get through the first real rival fight of the game. Even with all grass types, they didn't really do much to us. Let's go get this rock gym out of the way. We did have to grind a bit in the local caves before we were ready to take on the gym, but overall, it really wasn't that bad. We came close to fainting, but thanks to him just using a potion while he could have finished us off, we won. With that done, I go ahead and look for Starlies on the upper part of Route 204, since they're a high enough level there to start with Wing Attack. This is actually a pretty decent flying move to have this early in the game, and might be what we need for the flying gym later. Oh, and did you notice how it said I already caught one? Yeah, I wasted a Pokeball on a level 4 Starly earlier. They don't know any flying moves yet. On our way to the grass gym, we have to deal with Commander Mars. It actually took a few tries because Zubat just kept using Toxic, but after getting a Perugly to waste its Fake Out on Budew, we managed to just barely squeak out a close victory. The grass gym itself ends up being super easy as you'd probably expect. Early game grass gym, we have flying types. Staravia is the only Pokemon on our team right now that I'm planning on keeping for any serious amount of time, so I make sure to get in lots of battles with it so that we have something usable in between gyms. I know you guys don't see those parts of the runs very much since there isn't really much to say about the travel, but having a reasonably fast Pokemon with lots of power points is great for speeding up trainer battles during the travel. When you do these challenges every single week, you start to appreciate the small things like that. Against Commander Jupiter, I had to pull out an old trick for the win. Skuntank was too tough and often lowered our accuracy, so I intentionally switched out to a Pokemon who didn't stand a chance, just so that I could keep switching back to Staravia, a Pokemon who has the ability Intimidate, so every time I send it out, Skuntank loses more attack. Thanks to that, and getting our accuracy back during the switch, we win. On my way through Mount Cornet, I went ahead and caught a Zubat. This is the first place that we can catch one that already has some good moves. We've got Supersonic, Astonish, Bite, and Wing Attack. Supersonic and Astonish are both pretty lame, but Bite and Wing Attack are decent. If I slap a Soothe Bell on this, we could probably get a Crobat this run. We had to grind our Zubat all the way up to level 30 before we could finally beat the Ghost Gym, but honestly, I expected a bit worse. Psybeam and Confusion was the end of us on many attempts, but once we finally got one where Mismagius went down, it only took one bite to finish off the rest of the team. On our way out of town, we have another rival fight, but this one's a breeze. I think that for the next little while, I'm gonna try and fight every single trainer battle that I can with our Golbat. The sooner we can make this thing evolve, the sooner we've got a really fantastic Pokemon. Thanks to that, we had a very easy time with the fighting gym. The only Pokemon that we want to keep right now are our flying types, so of course we'll have an easy time with this. So with that done, we go back to where we can catch a level 19 or 20 Roselia. The reason we want one of this level is so that it has Stun Spore instead of Grass Whistle. We got Stun Spore, Mega Drain, Leech Seed, and Magical Leaf. None of these moves are incredibly strong, but this is going to be a much needed upgrade to our grass moves for the water gym. Let's slap a big root on Roselia, train it up a bit, and see what we can do. On the way to the water gym, we had our rival fight again. This one wasn't that hard either though. We just spammed Wing Attack on the whole team until we won. In the gym, though, it's a different story. I tried grinding Roselia all the way up to level 40, but he's only really any good against the Quagsire at the end, and we can't get that far. There's nothing that I want to catch around here right now to deal with it, since none of the electric types we actually have access to will know any electric moves. I decided to try it again, this time opening with Roselia and using Stun Spore, Leech Seed, and Mega Drain on Water Onix, and it goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that against Floatzel we sacrificed Grotle so that Staraptor could come out, applying Intimidate to him. I mean, I could have just used Staraptor right away, and it would still apply, but I forgot that at the time. We got a few hits in, and Golbat did a ton of damage, but Floatzel is a beast with Ice Fang. If it wasn't for Intimidate, there's no way we would have held on and taken him down. Last was Quagsire, and it's a good thing Roselia was faster because we scored a one-shot. Next up is the first Cyrus fight, but I took a bit of extra time to grind up Golbat. Not really to level him up, but because I think he's super close to becoming Crobat, and it would be nice to have for Cyrus. Thanks to that, we easily beat Cyrus on the first try without having to switch away from Crobat once. Next up is the rival fight again. This one is usually much harder, but it actually ended up being really easy again, mostly with Wing Attack spam. I'm just thankful that his Floatzel here doesn't have Ice Fang, because without it, he's pretty toothless. Thank you, I'm here every week. Once we get access to Iron Island, we catch a Graveler that's level 33. That's the level that they learn Earthquake at, so we finally have a great ground move. It's also got Self-Destruct, Rollout, and Rock Blast. It's not the best Pokemon in the world, but these moves are solid, especially considering we've got rock moves to deal with Cyrus's ocean of flying types. Oh, and we get a shiny stone while we're on the island and use it to evolve Roselia into Roserade, a really solid Pokemon. Once we take a shot at the Steel Gem, though, I quickly thought we were doomed. This Magneton is an absolute beast who wiped out every useful member of our team but Roserade before going down. Believe it or not, it actually wasn't that bad after that. His other Pokemon are all weak enough to Mega Drain that we were able to stay healthy against them pretty easily. Although Leech Seed and Stun Spore helped against Bastiodon, and I was very lucky with his move choice too. Hey, it's about time to catch more Pokemon. So outside of the Ironworks, we go ahead and catch Magmar so that we have something to answer for the Ice Gym. It's not that far off. This gives us Fire Punch, Confuse Ray, Fire Spin, and Feint Attack. Magmar with Fire Punch is pretty solid, so that's a nice catch. Alright, it's time for the Ice Gym. Sneasel's first, so we tried to build up a rollout with Graveler. We got hit by an Ice Shard, but we took it down. We had to switch to Magmar though, since Snowbomb was next, so it'll hail for the rest of the fight now. One Fire Punch took it down. We stayed out for Piloswine and did good damage, but it one-shot us with Stone Edge in return. So I sent out Crobat to finish it off, just for it to hang on and hit Crobat with Stone Edge. Thanks to our full restores, we went down before we could finish it off, so Roserade had to come in to take it out. Last was Frostlass, so right away we paralyzed it, held on from Blizzard, and hit it with Mega Drain to get some health back. It's hailing though, so Blizzard can't miss and we go down. Out to Graveler, and thanks to Paralysis making her miss a chance to attack, we took her down with a Rock Blast for the win. Now that it's nighttime, we go to Lake Acuity and catch a Snorunt. They only show up here at night, so we had to wait a little bit. It's level 40, so that gives us Hail, Ice Shard, Crunch, and Ice Fang. Plus, it's only 2 levels away from evolving, so that's pretty convenient. We're probably going to need this for Cynthia at the end of the game. Okay, it's time for the rough part of this run. No, not this Cyrus fight. This one's actually pretty easy. It's the next major fight after this, another Cyrus fight, but one where he's got 5 Pokemon, and they're all pretty strong, and it's at the end of a literal maze, so if we fail, it wastes an insane amount of my time having to go back and train more. I make sure to grind plenty here, especially since we need HM Pokemon to get to Cyrus, so that means we can only bring 5 Pokemon for the fight. The best places to grind in this place that I could find were the snowy cabin up north with the quick free healing and the grass next to it, as well as in Mount Cornet. Neither place is exactly fast, and there's annoying Pokemon in both, but I've definitely done worse grinds. Let's go try for Cyrus. First is Houndoom, so I got in an Earthquake for a one-shot. It's a good thing he didn't burn us. For Water Onix, I sent out Roserade. Ice Fang hurts, but between Paralysis, Leech Seed, and us using Mega Drain with a Big Root, we're stealing tons of health. To the point that, even with his full restore, we got to paralyze him again and finish him off. Honchkrow came out, so I went for Rollout with Graveler. We actually almost went down to Psychic, but 2 hits from Rollout was all it took. Weavile's next, and I accidentally kept Graveler out, so he went down instantly. Next, I sent out Magmar, who nearly one-shot it with Fire Punch, burned it, he used a full restore, we punched it again, and it was burned again, then we finished it off. That's 2 burns in a row. Last was Crobat, and he instantly confused and poisoned us, but 2 Ice Fangs took him down, winning us the fight. With that big battle done, all that's left before the Elite Four is the Electric Gym, but it was pretty easy. Just Graveler for everything but Raichu, who we needed to use Magmar for because of Focus Blast. Earthquake did a great job. With that done, let's go back and pick up our new 6th Pokemon. At Mount Cornet, you can catch level 39 Machoke, so we go ahead and pick one up. It's got Wake Up Slap, Revenge, Submission, and Vital Throw. I don't know for sure if we'll need this, but there's no harm in filling out the team. Alright, last before the Elite Four is the final rival fight. We started the fight against Staraptor with Graveler because of our rock moves, but ended up going down in a few hits of close combat. Crobat was able to finish it off quickly, and next was Floatzel, so I sent out Roserade. We actually nearly one-shot it with Mega Drain before taking less damage than I expected from Ice Fang. One more hit took it out. For Infernape, we sent out Crobat to quickly take it out in 2 hits. Next was Snorlax, so I sent out our underleveled Machoke to use Revenge. We hardly hung on, landed a huge hit with Revenge, then fainted right after. More useful than I thought he'd be at this level. Magmar was next because I was hoping for a burn, but I confused him and lucked out with him hitting himself. He ended up landing a huge Earthquake on us for a one-shot next turn though, but Crobat finished it in 1 hit. Next was Heracross, who's double weak to flying, so it was a one-shot. And last was Roserade, but we one-shot him with Wing Attack. With that done and some grinding to top up our levels, here's how we're looking going into the Elite Four. It's not a great moveset, but for just using moves that we had when we caught them, it really isn't that bad. I'm not sure if we can do it at this level, but I'm pretty confident that we can win with this team. Make your final guesses on if we can win or not. Let's do this. First is Bug Trainer Aaron. Not much to say about this battle. We have tons of moves that are great against bug types, so it wasn't much of an issue. Second is Ground Trainer Bertha, and this was a mostly easy fight where we swept through her until somehow her Hippowdon took out half of our team. It still went down, we really couldn't have lost this, but man did it ever tank a lot of hits. Third is Fire Trainer Flint. Houndoom was first, so we one-shot with Submission, but not before losing nearly all of our health. For Rapidash, we one-shot it with Earthquake, and for Infernape, we sent out Crobat so that they wouldn't use their fighting moves. We actually ended up getting burned and ended up going down at the same time as Infernape. I sent out Graveler, and they sent out Megmortar, so we just one-shot it with Earthquake. Flareon was last, and it did burn us, but we still easily finished it with a couple of Earthquakes. Fourth is Psychic Trainer Lucian. This is where we finally got completely shut down. We're pretty weak to Psychic moves, a lot of our Pokemon don't have a speed advantage, and we only have a few mediocre Dark moves. We're gonna have to level up enough that we at least get the speed advantage if we're gonna win this. At least we can grind on the rest of the Elite Four. After grinding everyone to level 60, we try again a few more times. Crobat takes down Mr. Mime with a few bites, but not before Mr. Mime put up a light screen, so special moves won't work on them as well for a little bit. Espeon is next, and it's a beast, so I have Roserade paralyze it right away. Synchronize makes us get paralyzed too, but it's a small price to pay. We almost went down to Psychic and managed to get a few Mega Drains in, and even a Leech Seed, because Espeon missed so many turns in a row. They did manage to hit us again near the end, just for us to hang on and actually take it down. That was insanely lucky. For Alakazam, we just bite with Crobat, hang on with only 6 health from Psychic, then bite it again for the win. Bronzong is next, so I have Magmar start Fire Punching it for an easy knockout, and last was Gallade. We hit a strong Fire Punch before being one-shot by Stone Edge, so I sent out Crobat. One Wing Attack finished it off, winning us the fight. Finally, the Pokemon champion Cynthia. Let's cut to the chase and say that we didn't stand a chance. We're roughly the same level as her team, but they've got far better moves and often just flat-out better Pokemon. We're gonna have to be a higher level than her, but that's pretty much what I expected. Let's just hope that we don't have to grind too much. Grinding in single Pokemon runs is bad enough, but having to grind a whole team is extremely time-consuming. After getting the team up to level 65, we try again. Spiritomb is first, and we don't have a great answer for it, so we just Earthquake with Graveler a couple times and try to get past it with half of our health left. For her Roserade, we sent out Crobat since it double resists grass. We ended up just one-shotting it with Wing Attack though, so that was nice. Next is Togekiss, and this thing has wild type coverage. He's literally super effective against our entire team, so I went with Magmar and just confused it and laid in some Fire Punches. She ended up using a full restore on it when his health got too low, but we managed to brute force our way through it. I lost many failed attempts to this Togekiss, it's just a monster. Next is Melodic, so I sent out Roserade and naturally went right for Stun Spore and Leech Seed, getting in both. We hit a big magical leaf after that, but she used Mirror Coat, dealing double the damage in return and thus knocking us out. We have no great answer, so I sent out Crobat to hit Wing Attack. We took some huge damage off Ice Beam, but the Leech Seed finished it off. Lucario was next, and Magmar is already down, so we just stayed out and used Wing Attack. We hardly hung on from Stone Edge, but went down to extreme speed. I sent out Machoke to tank an Aura Sphere and respond with a Revenge, easily finishing it off. Last was Garchomp, the pseudo-legendary. Glalie takes a big flamethrower for half her health, but one Ice Fang in return brought Garchomp into red health, then up to yellow with a berry. That's just enough that she wouldn't use a full restore, so I could take priority with Ice Shard and get the finishing blow, winning the run. That was a fun run. I don't often get to do these full team runs because they take quite a lot longer to make, so I want to give special thanks to my friend Leela for helping me so much with the research for this run. If it wasn't for her helping me figure out where I could catch some of this stuff with the moves that we wanted, this wouldn't have gotten done in a week for sure. I really hope you guys like that run. For next Saturday's challenge, it's back over to Elder Scrolls Skyrim with only conjured equipment. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, as well as on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend What a Geek and I have done randomizer playthroughs of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, Red and Blue, and now we're doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over on his channel, linked in the description. You can also watch myself, What a Geek, and Goosit playing Pokemon here on my channel. We've done Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon X, and now we're doing my first time ever playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. Also, come to my Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.